Well, hey there once again, Wildcat fans. Welcome to another LC Volleyball Coaches Show, and unfortunately, sadly, the final one of the season. I'm Brad Welburn, joined by our illustrious volleyball coach, Brittany Salloum, as we have quite some exciting things to talk about, very, very much so, as the team finished up the season last week, some awards, and a whole bunch of stuff. So this is very exciting. It's very exciting. Okay, so first of all, congratulations. Thank you. Win, yes. Not only one, 2 wins in a row to finish the season. You just had to be beside yourself with excitement and joy and all these things that you were able to not only finish the season on such a high note, but to kind of get that monkey off the back a little bit of, hey, we can win, we did win, we are going to win more, and all that sort of stuff. So I guess first question, how did it feel to get that, when that final point was scored on Friday night in a match you expected to go in to win, when it finally did happen? What were your thoughts?
Super excited. Super excited. The girls were thrilled. And it was exciting because we were able to get people into that match who have not played all year long. And one of them earned herself a stat. Yeah. She got a dig. So it was really awesome. It was good for them to have that. They've worked so hard, even though I am, hard on them and have lots of very high expectations for them. They worked very hard all season, and it is hard to maintain that level of hard work when you're just losing and losing and losing and losing and losing. And so they finally, it came to pass what they had worked so hard for. So that was really exciting. It was, like you said, a match we expected to win. Okay, I expected to win. Another first-year program, I think, smaller school than what we are based on the number of sports that they have. So it was kind of like it was hard to know how to react because I feel her pain, their coach's pain, and I know how hard it is to be a first-year program and what you go through. So, I didn't want to be obnoxious, but I also wanted to celebrate the fact that we finally won. So it was a fine line to walk of okay, how much do I celebrate without being a jerk? Right. I think I did a good job. I think they did a good job. Yeah,
because I was watching on the video stream, and there, obviously when that final point was scored, there was that celebration. The team kind of came off from the sideline in there, and they did a little huddle celebration, and then immediately going into the post-match handshake. So it was, from a person that wasn't there, it looked like a legitimate amount or appropriate amount of celebration. Yes. So they're very, very well done. Kudos there.
Thank you, thank you.
So you get the win.
Yes.
Very exciting.
Yes.
I'm sure there was a lot of smiles and laughter and fun after the match. You got another one to go on Saturday. Yep. Come in, you maybe don't know a whole lot about football, but you sweep them. And not only did you sweep them, you were down 13-4 in the third set. And that's we've been in that situation plenty of times this year, but you work your way back and you win the set and you sweep them. So not only do you get a win, but you get a sweep. And so they just had to add to the excitement and joy.
It was awesome. I mean, we talked about when we played Centenary. That's exciting to go to 5 sets and to kind of have that battle. It's really rewarding to win in 3 and to have no contest. That's a really great feeling, especially from a program that's been around, So I'm sure that coach, during the timeouts that she called, was saying things like, what are we doing? This is a first-year program. What's happening? But the girls just, I don't know, I guess it was the case of, like we said, once they won together, it would be easier to win together, and so they knew how to put the pieces together and how to make it happen. And that was a win where it was a little bit more acceptable to be obnoxious in celebration because it was our last match of the season, so that's exciting to win that. And then, against a team other than someone who's where we are. So it was really exciting, and I had to wear my tutu during that match.
Hashtag victory tutu.
Hashtag victory
I just
tutu.
hope that you were able to see the stuff. I think I shared it on the LC Facebook page, so just scroll through there a little bit and you'll find it. So
I had to explain it to the other coach and the officials because like I'm not a crazy person. This isn't how I normally dress.
You know, you have to have fun. We had victory hair with Sam in the soccer, so why not have victory tutu as well?
That's what I'm saying.
So we just, you know, we can figure out some stuff for the other programs. We'll get it going. But what? So what does this mean for you as we transition into preparing for next season? You know, in the year on 2 wins. With I've been looking at stats and stuff recently. You have 4 players that played every single set for you this year, and they were all freshmen. So what does that mean to be able to finish like this strong, and knowing that hopefully you have these 4 as well as some others coming in and new players that'll be returning to build on towards the future?
I think that even though we now have 10 months until we get to play again, which is so sad, but the reality of coaching. There's going to be some momentum that carries, even though it's so far away. I think it was really important for them to have those wins at the end to take them through to next season, to have something to look forward to, instead of finishing, getting numbers on that first column was huge. And just for their mental and emotional and I mean, before they got here, this recruiting class was aware that this was going to be a hard year. I didn't sell any kind of pie in the sky dream to anybody that we were going to steamroll anyone and we were going to be, the number 1 seed national champions. So they had, I think, a realistic expectation. But obviously, when, like I said, you're working that hard, you want there to be some fruit. Right. And so I think the fact that they have that has them even more motivated for next year and for the team they can become within the next few years. So I think that's crucial, especially for those girls who played every set. Some of them never set foot off the court. Right. So for them to have that to look forward to, and we've got some. I just have one commitment right now, but between 5 and 6 other girls who are strong players, equal to, and in some cases better than what we already have. So that means good things as far as depth and competition within practice and pushing people to get better. And not that any of my starters were lazy at any point, but when you don't have someone on your tail coming up behind you, it's easy to just stay where you are. So now we'll have some bodies who can push them to get better as well. So.
Well, and you've mentioned a couple times here, how hard they worked and getting some recognition and that sort of stuff. So it kind of lines up perfectly with this final week as earlier this week, Olivia Libero was named the Defensive Player of the Week for the conference, the first Player of the Week award for Louisiana College volleyball, so her name will go down in history, I guess. I guess we still need to win the offensive award, but she won Defensive Player of the Week, so and she's been just a core. She's one of the ones that's played every set. She had like 80-something digs last week, and like you told me off camera, defense doesn't really get recognized as much as typically should, maybe. So for her to get that, I know it's very, very, very cool.
Yeah, super proud of her. In my opinion, she's not a kid who's ever looking for any kind of recognition, so all the more exciting that she got it. She deserves it. She works hard. She's still, I would say, recovering from an injury from high school, and still struggles with that and goes out and works hard every set, every point of every set, never complains, just does what she needs to do for the team and is an encouraging voice. And that's a very big deal for a freshman. I mean, it's a brand new team, but normally you're relying on people who have more experience to provide that voice, and she's been that voice for us. So super proud of her, super excited for her, and I'm confident that won't be her last award.
Yeah, I feel that it won't be either, for sure. But speaking of other awards, it was announced earlier today, the American Southwest Conference all-conference teams, and it's kind of a cool deal. We had 2 players get honorable mention this year in their first year, so that's that's a neat thing for sure. So you got Jaslyn Bright and Sadie Jones named honorable mention all conference today. So, for Olivia to get that award for the Player of the Week, and then for them to get the all conference stuff, I mean, maybe coming into the season, were you maybe expecting something like that, and then for it to actually happen and get it? I mean, that's got to be. I've said it's got to be cool, but I need some other words. But right. I mean, it is really it's a neat deal.
Yeah. I think that halfway through the season I adjusted my expectations because they were maybe not fair.
Right.
So I wasn't super confident that they were going to get recognized, even though they were so important to our team. But when you put them up against the other programs in our conference, because we have such a strong conference relatively, I just wasn't sure that their numbers were going to add up, just because when you're losing matches, you're not posting the kills and stuff that the teams who are winning are. So I wasn't super confident, but I felt like I submitted, I think, 4 players. I wasn't super confident that they were going to get recognized, but I felt that they deserved to at least have their name in there. And so I wasn't necessarily shocked that the 2 people who got recognized were Jaslyn and Sadie. Like I said, huge on our offense and on our defense, and they were an integral part of every component of the game for us. And I'll take that in the first year. I'll take 2 honorable mentions for our first year. And we talked about Belhaven, but that coach wasn't the only one who is, here's number 5, here's 18, so those coaches were talking about those 2 players of ours. That's who they were honing in on, and so that paid off, and it got them recognized, and I'm thrilled that they got the recognition that they deserve.
Very well deserved, yeah. And you can read the article, it's on the website now about it. Sadie, first on the team in hitting percentage and led the team in blocks this year, and Jaslyn, of course, led the team in kills, so very, very, very cool deal there for sure. So, all right, well, that's what's the next step now? You already talked about recruiting. What kind of does that look like for you as far as finding players and things like that to add to the roster?
I am exploring staying local as much as possible, just to give more girls in the state of Louisiana another chance to play. That doesn't rule anybody out, but I have certainly invested in this area, Texas as well. So state championships, playoffs are right now for the state of Louisiana and Texas. So I'm doing that this week, and then starting in the spring, we'll be doing club ball, travel ball. So I'll be at some of the bigger tournaments, Big South, Lone Star Classic in Dallas, potentially nationals in Orlando. And then keep an eye out for this spring and this summer. We'll be running some clinics and camps, so for teams and individuals. So if you are interested, send me an email or message me through one of our social media outlets. Somehow get a hold of me. We'd love to have as many people as possible. Just touch base with as many girls and coaches as we can. So that's it.
Cool deal. Sounds like you got it kind of sorted up. And rest, yes. Must be nice.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks. It's been a pleasure every week. And if you haven't got to know Brittany yet, definitely get in touch with her. She is a one of a kind, for sure.
Thank you.
But be sure to follow them on Facebook and Twitter, or follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook, LC_W Volleyball on Twitter. Just search volleyball, Louisiana College Volleyball on Facebook. You can find them and get all the updated information, as well as lcwildcats.net. Always a great source for Louisiana College athletic information. So, Brittany, thanks so much for joining us this week, or me this week and this year. Thank you for watching. I'm Brad Welburn. We will see you next time.